Hi everyone, welcome to another webFEAT Complete webinar. Today we're going to be talking about Google Ads and how to get your money's worth. My name is Jake Osman. I'm an SEO and Google Ads analyst here at webFEAT Complete, and I'm very excited to be presenting this presentation for you. Our next webinar is on September 16th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our CMO, Ray Chiselka, we'll be discussing the topic of your digital marketing report card, how to track success. You can register for this webinar using the link at the bottom of the screen there. So our agenda for today is what and where are Google Ads, what can they do for your business, Google Ads Express versus Expert mode, Google Ads metrics and terminology, and then finally some general steps to setting up a successful ads campaign. So what is Google Ads? Google Ads is a pay-per-click, otherwise known as PPC, advertising solution that businesses use to promote their products and services on Google Search, YouTube, and other sites across the web. So the main thing I wanted to point out here was pay-per-click, or PPC. It's a pretty popular buzzword in the digital marketing industry these days. But basically what it means is you pay a variable fee every time someone clicks on your ad. And I say variable because the cost per click does change pretty much every time someone clicks on an ad. It's pretty rare that you're going to pay the exact same price for every single click you generate. So where are Google Ads shown? You can find Google Ads in just the general Google search results. You can find them in YouTube videos, and you can find them on Google Search Partner Network websites. So the best way to explain this is, if you've ever looked up a recipe for a special meal you want to make, and you go to someone's blog, and on that blog you see a bunch of ads talking about, other businesses or other websites. These are people that opted into the Google Search Partner Network. And they wanted their ads to show on other websites such as cooking blogs. If you're a business like Kroger, that would make sense, right? So other places are Google Maps, and then also in your Gmail inbox. So what can ads do for you? Ads can help drive targeted traffic to your website. They can generate website conversions, and a conversion can vary depending on the type of business you operate. If you're an e-commerce business, then obviously probably your main conversion is going to be selling physical products on your website. But for a more service-based business, say a landscaper or an asphalt paver, who they might need to see your property or see your parking lot before they can actually give you a price. Then a conversion to them is going to be a request for quote, or maybe an email or a phone call. So other things Google Ads can do for you is improve brand awareness. It can help you get to page 1 on Google and rank above your tough competition. So if you run an e-commerce store and you're competing with large corporations like Amazon and Walmart, it's probably going to be really hard for you, especially if you just created a brand new website, to outrank Amazon and Walmart in the organic search results. So one way around this, and one way to expedite this process, is to set up a Google Ads account and actually just pay for website visitors. For some businesses this strategy might not make sense, but for others who might have the budget, this is a great way to start driving relevant traffic to your website. And then Google Ads can also inherently help improve your SEO organic metrics, things like CTR, or click-through rate, time spent on a page, that sort of thing. So some Google Ads terminology, keywords, which you're probably familiar with, but keywords are the words used to fire your ads and the words you're bidding on for your ads to show. Clicks, every time someone clicks on your ad, it's pretty self-explanatory. Impressions are basically what happens before a click. It's every time your ad appears in front of someone before they actually interact with it. And then you have quality score, which is an important Google ranking metric used to determine your ad's position in the search results compared to your competitors. This score ranges from 0 to 10, 10 out of 10 being the best. If your competitor has a score of 9 out of 10 and your quality score is a 6 out of 10, then their ad is probably going to show higher than yours within the Google search results. Then you have CPC, or cost per click, which we kind of already discussed, but it's the fee you pay every time your ad is clicked. Click-through rate, the way you find this out is you take the total amount of clicks of an ad and you divide that by the total amount of impressions, and that's how you get your CTR. And then cost per conversion is self-explanatory, but it's the cost to acquire an ad conversion. So when you first create a Google Ads account, Google is going to send you to the Google Ads Express version of their platform. And the first thing you always want to do when setting up an account is to get out of the Express version and to make sure you're using Google Ads Expert mode. The reason being is Google Ads Expert, the Express version has very limited functionality and tools, bidding strategies, ad types. Basically, you just have very little control of your account when using the Google Ads Express version. And I really don't even know why Google, sends people to this version of their platform. I suspect it's so that they can make a little bit of money off of people that don't really know what they're doing. But again, always switch to expert mode, and if when you do that, you feel overwhelmed, then that's probably a good sign that you shouldn't be managing your own Google Ads account. You should, hire an agency or hire someone internally to do that for you. So, the steps to creating a successful ads campaign. The first step is obviously to understand the platform. There's tons of resources out there nowadays to learn just about anything, and you can learn Google Ads as well. There's really affordable online courses, there's free YouTube videos, there's tons of articles out on the web. If you're really interested in managing your own ads account, then definitely go ahead and educate yourself on the platform. So after that, then we have keyword and competitor research, keyword selection and keyword types, demographic and location targeting, different bidding strategies, there's different ad types, and how to write good ad copy, and we'll briefly discuss ad extensions, and then finally we'll end the presentation with going over how to improve your quality score and why ongoing maintenance is important. So a strong Google Ads campaign starts off with great research. You need to look at your competitors, and then you also just need to do research around the keywords you want to bid on. So when it comes to competitor research, you want to look at things like what type of ads your main competitors are running. Are they running video ads, just general text ads? Are they running shopping ads if you're an e-commerce store, etc.? And then also, what keywords are they bidding on? There's kind of two approaches to figure this out. You can try and do it manually by opening up google.com and just start searching for keywords that you anticipate you want to bid on. And then you can see what kind of competitors are showing up. The other option, and the option that I recommend, is to use an actual SEO or Google Ads keyword tool to help automate this process and this work for you. So there's tons of tools, which I'll mention a few in a second, that can basically pull all this information for you. So you basically type in some of your main competitors' domains, and then these keyword tools will help you figure out what keywords they're bidding on, so that you can better understand what you're up against. And then finally, you want to figure out if there's any low-hanging fruit your competition isn't capitalizing on. Are there keywords that just no one, for whatever reason, isn't bidding on, that would be beneficial for your business? Then these might be great keywords to start your campaign out on. So after that, you want to do keyword research. You want to look at things like the search volumes for certain keywords you want to bid on, the average cost per clicks, and also just the overall difficulty it's going to be to outbid and outperform your competition. And so some of these tools that I had mentioned previously, there's free tools and then there's paid tools. Two free tools that I recommend checking out are Google Keyword Planner and Ubersuggest. And then there's paid tools like SEMrush and Moz, which if you're serious about running a Google Ads campaign, it's probably worth paying a little bit of money each month to have some pretty awesome tools at your advantage. So also during the keyword research phase, you want to analyze the search results. So how many ads are showing up for certain keywords, what type of ads are showing up, and then also just what does the general landscape look like. Is it a lot of images, a lot of YouTube videos? Is it all text results? Or is Google Maps even showing up? These are all great things that are going to help you optimize your account down the road. So after you've done your research, you want to compile a list of keywords that you think are going to be effective for your campaign, and also keywords that you're going to have a good chance of showing up on page one and driving traffic to your site with. So once you have that list created, then you have to determine what type of keyword match types you want to use. So the keyword match types help you control what type of keyword phrases your bids will bid on. I'm sorry, your ads will bid on. So there's three types of keyword match types. There's broad match, phrase match, and exact match. Rarely do we ever use broad match, and I'm going to show you why now. So basically, if you want to bid on the keyword sparkling water and you're using a broad match keyword, then Google is going to show your ad for a wide variety of variations of the phrase sparkling water. So there's a chance that your ad, that you're basically going to be paying for a click when someone searches for something like carbonated water with sparkles. So that might be completely irrelevant to what your business actually offers. So we really always stay away from broad match keywords. Again, I think it's a way that for Google to just make a lot of money off of people that don't really know what they're doing. So, and then there's phrase match and exact match. Both of these keyword match types are super effective, and we highly recommend using them. So if you are bidding on a phrase match keyword for sparkling water, then your ad could appear for things like sparkling water for sale, or sparkling water near me, or carbonated sparkling water. But basically, the core keyword of sparkling water is going to be in that search, and it's just going to have other adjectives surrounding it. And then finally, there's exact match keywords, which if you want to get really narrow and exactly the phrases you want to be bidding for, then use exact match. If you're bidding on the keyword sparkling water, then your ad is only going to show when someone searches for sparkling water or a very close variation to that. Okay, then you have demographics and location targeting. So when creating your campaign, you can let Google know who to show your ads to with different types of segmentation. So you can only target people in a specific country or city or by zip code, and then you can even set a radius around that. So if, say, you want to target someone in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you only want your ad to show to people within a 5-mile radius of Cincinnati, then you can let Google know. You can also target people by demographics, so age, gender, or household income, device types, and also by custom audiences. So you can tell Google to only show your ad to people interested in certain topics like golf or books or whatever it might be. Obviously you want this to be related to your business. Then you have different bidding strategies, and we're only going to focus on two of these today, but there's maximize clicks and then maximize conversions. Whenever we start out a campaign here at webFEAT Complete for one of our clients, majority of the time we'll start with a maximize click strategy. The reason being, this helps both us and Google collect data about the people that are interacting with our ads. And it's important to collect this data because that'll help you better optimize your account and generate more conversions over time down the road. You know, there's always going to be a learning period when running Google ads, especially for a brand new account. And gathering that data is important. Now, once you have that data and you've generated a couple conversions on your site, then you can switch your bidding strategy over to something like maximize conversions. Basically, how this works is Google starts becoming a little bit more involved. They look at the data that you've collected in your account, and then they start showing your ads to specific types of users, or maybe they show a certain variation of your ad more times than other ads, because they've learned that a certain ad or a certain type of copy in your ad is just converting better. So a super effective strategy. And then there's also other strategies like return on ad spend and target cost per action. We're not going to touch on those today. So now there's also different types of ads you can run, and this is going to be super important. And yeah, we'll just jump right in. So your most basic type of ad you can run within Google Ads is a standard expanded text ad. You've definitely seen these before in the search results. They look something like this, and basically you give Google 3 different headlines and two different descriptions you want included in your ad. And the benefit of using standard text ads is that these give you basically the most control over how Google is going to show your ad to users. So whatever headlines and descriptions you plug in when setting up the ad, that's all Google is going to show. Next, you have responsive ads, and these show up just like standard text ads, but the back end and how they're set up is a bit different. So with the responsive ads, Google actually uses its AI or artificial intelligence to determine the best ad variation and ad copy to show users based on the keyword they use to search. So how it works is you give Google up to 15 different headline variations and up to 4 different description variations. And depending on what a user searches for within Google search, Google is going to choose the headline variation that you created that is most relevant to what someone searched for. So if someone searches for premium sparkling water and one of your headline variations happen to be premium sparkling water, then Google is going to include that in the ad that's shown to that specific user. So it's pretty cool stuff. I know it can be a bit complicated, but if you just interact with it and read about responsive ads, it'll start making more sense. So then there's also dynamic text ads, and these show up pretty much the exact same way as both standard text ads and responsive ads. But again, the back end and how they're set up is a bit different. So when it comes to dynamic ads, these are actually very easy to create because you don't even have to let Google know certain headlines that you want used in your ad. You do have to give a few ad descriptions, but that's pretty much it. The way dynamic ads work is you send a landing page or a URL to Google when creating the ad, and Google basically crawls this landing page you sent to them, and they determine what the headline should be based off of what a user searches for. So it's similar to the way a responsive ad works, except Google is dynamically generating the headlines for the ad. So the key to a successful dynamic text ad is to have a really well designed landing page with great content that Google can easily understand, because that is what they're going to be using to create this type of ad. Now, if you're an e-commerce store, you're going to want to use something called a shopping ad, and you've definitely seen these before, whether you realize they were an ad or not. So say you search for Nike shoes. At the top of the Google search results, you're going to see a bunch of different images with different types of shoes that go to different websites. We have Nike, Shoe Carnival, Dick's, etc. And these are Google Shopping ads. If you run an e-commerce store, I would highly recommend looking into these because they typically have a super low cost per click, and they can generate an amazing ROI. And just to put that into perspective, this is a graph from one of our clients actually, and this is a month's worth of data. They had an average cost per click of 3 cents. So anytime someone clicked on their ad, they were being charged roughly 3 cents. And over the course of a month, they only spent $40 in ad spend, and they were able to generate over $4,500 in website sales. So, if you have an e-commerce store, running shopping ads can be an amazing marketing and advertising strategy. Your cost per click is not always going to be 3 cents or something really low like that, but it's typically going to be pretty affordable. And yes, we would highly recommend you look into shopping ads. Then there's also video ads. So again, you can show ads in actual YouTube videos, but then you can also create just simple banner ads with a call to action button that show up on the side of a video within YouTube. And these are also fairly low cost per click and cost per view or impression. So once you determined what type of ad you're actually going to create, and you can create as many types of ads as you want, but generally it's good to just start off with a pretty simple and consolidated strategy. So once that's done, then you actually have to create the content or the copy that's going to be in your ad. So involved in this process is writing headlines, descriptions, and then also adding things called ad extensions, which basically help promote other features, pages, and call to actions within your ad. So, for example, on one of our webFEAT ads that we run, we created site link extensions for our webinar page and also our blog page, because we believe, by sending people to these pages, in return we might be able to generate, some more sales or conversions. And so adding these extensions can help beef up your ad and also allow you to discuss more areas of your business that might be beneficial for searchers. And then finally, when you're writing your ad copy, you want to make sure you're mixing it up, especially when you have a fresh account, you don't really know what works yet. You want some of your ads to be salesy, some should just focus on the value of your company, and then maybe some should actually include pricing if you're capable of doing that with your specific business. And the final thing I wanted to discuss today was quality score and making sure that you have ongoing maintenance of your Google Ads account. So again, the quality score is an important ranking metric Google uses to determine which ads will show up on the top of page 1. So there's many variables to how Google determines a quality score for a specific ad, but some of the the most common factors are keyword relevance. So do the keywords in your ad copy and the keywords used on your landing page match up with the keywords that you're actually bidding on? You want to make sure if someone's searching for Nike shoes, that your ad is going to talk about Nike shoes, not men's boots or something that's not completely relevant to what someone's searching for. Other factors that determine what your quality score might be are having mobile friendly landing pages, because if people are searching on their phones and they land on your website and it's not mobile friendly, they're probably going to bounce and leave your site and go to someone else's. Google's going to pick up on this pretty quickly, and they're going to penalize you for it. And just another thing to keep in mind is having quick load times for the landing pages used in your ads. If someone clicks on your ad and it takes 5 seconds for your page to load, they're probably not going to wait around. They're going to leave your site and again visit someone else's landing page. And then finally, when you create a Google Ads account, it's not like you just set up a campaign and let it run and you never touch it again. A huge part of creating and having a very successful ads account is to make sure you have ongoing maintenance. You want to make sure you're not wasting your budget on low performing keywords. You want to make sure you're maintaining that high quality score, and then also just adjusting your overall strategy, whether that's maybe changing up the type of ads you're using, or just changing up the copy in your ads. There's a lot that you can be doing to always be optimizing your campaign. So if you have any questions from this presentation, feel free to reach out to us on our website, or you can reach out to sales@webfeatcomplete.com. And then, again, we also have another webinar coming up here on September 16th. Our CMO, Rachel Selka, is going to be talking about setting up analytics and data tracking for your website, and why that's so important to your business. You can also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, pretty much all the platforms. And again, thank you for your time.